Welcome to Cocktails with Kurt. This is episode 44, and today our featured cocktail is the Kingston Negroni by way of Manassas.
Which is a lounge original.
Yeah, otherwise saying it's made up. So tell us about this drink. It sounds very intriguing.
Okay, so we did the original Negroni way back in episode 5. And that, as you may or may not recall,
Episode 5 was a long time ago.
that's what I said,
Okay.
is gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. Equal proportions. Very simple. And the recipe is even on the back of the Campari.
Let's take a look.
Though they specify a specific type of vermouth that we don't have, which is fine. So, after we made the video on the Negroni, we found, just doing our normal searches over the internet, the Kingston Negroni. The Kingston Negroni removes the gin and replaces it with Jamaican rum. We are choosing to use Smith & Cross because we like it.
I just want to note that Kingston is the capital of Jamaica, and this is Jamaican rum. So that's where
Right.
the Kingston Negroni comes from. I'm just like connecting the dots for people who, might be wondering that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so Kingston Negroni, again, equal parts. Now rum, Campari, and vermouth. We decided we can probably make this sucker even better because this is good.
It is good.
But, so we took out the Campari and replaced it with a close cousin, Aperol. Aperol is less bitter than the Campari. And then we took a little bit of flaky sea salt and used that as the garnish.
We'll talk about that a little more later. But in the meantime, let's get the show on the road.
Okay.
Make this drink.
This is a nice, easy one to make, just like the original Negroni. Again, all equal parts, built right in the glass. So we're doing 1 ounce of each. And we specify the Smith & Cross, but as with many things, it's really up to you. It depends on what you like.
Yes, of course. But it's not the same drink if you don't use the same ingredients.
Well, it could be if you use
Another Jamaican rum.
another Jamaican rum, of which we have
Well, that's
others
true.
to choose from.
That's true. But there are some things like a vodka is a vodka, but that is less true certainly for whiskeys and rums.
Absolutely.
And even gin, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So 1 ounce of the rum, 1 ounce of Aperol, and 1 ounce of sweet vermouth.
While you're doing that, let's talk about the ice cube. It looks kind of cloudy. I think we need to aspire to a clearer ice cube.
There are ice cube molds that will do, allegedly, perfectly clear ice cubes. The problem is they're really expensive. The issue is the way ice forms. You put a regular ice cube tray in the freezer, and the ice forms all around all at the same time. So you get all of the impurities and all of any leftover air all gets focused right in the center. These fancy ones are in an insulated tub, so it freezes more like out in nature. So it freezes top down, and all of the white stuff gets pushed out the bottom of the ice cube.
Wow, fancy.
So it's using science.
I see. We are in favor of science.
We are
I just
in
want to
favor
note
of
that.
science.
But with respect to the shape, we do have just plain old silicone.
Yep, we've got silicone molds.
And they're better than those big, what do you even call them? The ice cube makers where you make like 18 at
Yeah,
a time or something.
your standard trays.
The kind that you like crack,
Yeah.
like you twist to, yeah, no.
Okay.
I mean, hey, if that's what you got, it's ice,
Yep,
but
yep. So, rum, Aperol, vermouth, sprinkling of flaky sea salt.
now why the salt? Tell us about the, oh, hello. We
have a visitor.
have a visitor. Yeah, okay. She was walking on the bar there for a second.
So, we found out about the flaky sea salt in another one of our drinks that I think we did a video on, In Cold Blood.
Oh yeah, we did that.
And that's where we got the idea of the sea salt. What the salt does is it kind of makes the flavors pop a little bit. I wouldn't use it for everything, but especially where we've got this nice bitter going on.
Well, I mean, kind of the expression of salt that everyone knows is the margarita.
Absolutely. Yep. And what we use is a really flaky salt as opposed to crystals. And that changes the way everything melts and it is absorbed. So when you get that, there's a big puff of salt, but it kind of dissolves quickly.
So how would people buy this? Well, that's a lot of salt you just put in there.
No, it wasn't. It was only a few more flakes.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I got this off of Amazon after doing a bunch of research. Maldon was the name that came up over and over and over again as the sea salt flakes to get. I got them. I like them. I will be getting more of this when I run out.
Okay.
So, this is the Kingston Negroni by way of Manassas, about a fourth cousin to the original Negroni. See you next time. Until then, cheers.
Cheers.